So here we have discussed this particular part. P wave, not going to. So we have overview again. So body waves. So we have the waves, those who travel through the interior. They move inside the earth crust, travel faster than surface waves. Remember, they travel faster than surface waves. Which waves? These body waves, especially wave and S waves, arrive first at seismograph. Seismograph is a kind of instrument for the vibration, for the movement in the crust. Okay. Here you can see the P wave. Okay, so this is what the propagation direction of energy. This is how the blocks will go. A block will going to adjust while moving forward or backward. Back and fro kind of movement. Back and fro, forward movement or backward movement. Back and fro kind of movement could be there. Whereas S wave, if you see, so with respect to the S wave, you can consider these as the block. Okay, these squares which are here, these squares are nothing but the rock blocks. So just consider this is the part of one, our earth crust where the earthquake is taking place. So when the P wave will be there, what kind of adjustment it will lead to? It will going to shift the blocks in our earth crust either in forward direction or in backward direction. If it is S wave, then S wave will going to, there is a propagation of energy in this way. The propagation of energy in this way, there will be a perpendicular motion. Will be a perpendicular motion to that. So here the blocks will going to adjust accordingly. You can see in this animation. Hope it's perfectly visible. You can see these blocks will have what adjustment accordingly. This is how the blocks which are there in our earth crust, they will going to adjust. And yes, there will be energy which will going to propagate, and that will going to arrive on surface earthquake. Okay. Now let's see surface waves. So we have surface waves, those who are travel along the earth's surface. I hope you remember the characteristics of P wave and S wave. Which one going to move through solids, which will be able to move only through solids, which will have a movement in all mediums. Okay, which one is the faster? P wave is the faster as compared to the S wave. We have covered all of these aspects. Okay, I hope you have seen that interior of our earth lecture. That lecture, in order to justify the mental crust and core kind of structure, we actually discussed about the seismic energy. We discussed about the seismic study, which was actually taken as a reference in order to justify the varying intensity, varying layered arrangement of our earth crust. Similarly, we have a surface wave. So these surface waves are restricted. These surface waves are restricted to the earth crust and upper mantle, mostly horizontal in their propagation direction. Similarly, they are slower than body waves. Remember, they are slower than body waves. These surface waves are slower than P wave and S wave collectively. These surface waves, they cause most damage. Why? Because they are along the horizontal surface, and they will lead to the high amplitude and ground motion. We have a two set of wave, L wave and Rayleigh wave. So when it comes to these set of waves, here you can see we have a Rayleigh wave, here you have a long wave. Just imagine on the surface what kind of damage could be there. This is what the set of damage. So this is what the propagation of direction, and this is how, if there is a Rayleigh wave, this will going to modify the surface. That will going to modify the. And if you see this long wave, so with respect to this long wave or love wave specifically, here we have a rolling of these particles. The Rayleigh wave, we have a rolling of these particles. Rolling. And if you want to see impact, so in this particular rolling, and here you can see impact because of this. Again, just see here, there is a rolling. Horizontal rolling is. Whereas if you see the long waves, In long waves, what will be there? That there will be have a side to side motion. Will what? Side to side motion will be side to side motion. See again and see this circle in order to visualize the impact if it is there. So here we will have what? A kind of side to side motion. So these surface waves, specifically these Rayleigh wave and this L wave or love wave or long wave, they are restricted to the earth crust and uppermost region. They are slower than body waves and they cause most damage because of their interaction. They are the one because of which will be a some sort of impact on the surface, on buildings, on dams, on our houses. So again, this is how they will be damaged. Suppose if your house is here, so if wave is there, so that wave will side to kind of however it is not to as that. However, the completely cannot explicitly compare. Okay? All right, let's have a more clarity. Let's more aspect about. So with respect to this L wave, what we can travel along the Earth's surface. Certainly, it will not going to propagate. It will not going to propagate in the crustal part. It will propagate on the horizontal surface. And yes, it causes what? Horizontal side to side motion. Horizontal side to side motion. I hope you remember. Side to side motion will be there, and it will going to move faster than the Rayleigh wave. It is faster. L wave is faster than R wave, but it is slower than S wave. Again, I'm telling you, this particular L wave is faster than R wave, but collectively, if you see this L wave, it is slower than S wave. That means they are the slower one. I hope you have a clarity discussed about part of body waves and surface. Body waves are faster as compared to, but if we have a contrasting or if we have a further deep dive, so what you can say that this L wave will going to move faster than the Rayleigh wave, but collectively if you see L wave will always be slower than the S wave. And among the S wave and P wave, who is the faster? P wave is the faster. That's why the name is given accordingly. Primary wave. Moving ahead, L wave. So L wave, they will be able to. So these L waves, they will be able to pass through the solid ones, solid layers only. They produce almost negligible vertical displacement. There is almost negligible vertical displacement. However, majoritarily there is a horizontal displacement. Okay, little bit vertical displacement is there. So no word absolutely wrongly. So produce less negative displacement and major horizontal displacement. However, when we are talking about less or major, then we can use this word less displacement and highly destructive due to lateral ground motion. It is very destructive, formed by interference of S wave. When the S wave is there on the surface, as a result of that, L wave, L wave, R wave. So this R wave will travel along the Earth's surface in this way, and it will cause an elliptical rolling. It will going to cause elliptical rolling. It will have a up and down and back and forth kind of movement. Have what? Up and down and back and forth of impact. So it is slowest. Rayleigh wave is slowest of all seismic waves, and it will travel through solids. It will travel through liquid surface. Water can travel through water as well. Okay, remember this Rayleigh wave can travel through water as well. But when it comes to L wave, so this L wave can only pass through solids characteristics. And this R wave caused vertical and horizontal displacement. Both is there. and they are responsible for major earthquake damage. If you construct your houses here, so L wave and Rayleigh wave will result in most damages comparatively as that of the. However, if the intensity is greater, then you will see damages even by the L wave as well. Irrespective of the intensity, there will be always damage because of the body waves and surface waves. But comparatively, if we contrastingly compare that which one will have a more and less, yes, surface waves. Among the surface waves, we have major damage because of the. Moving ahead,